re-signed with the Bucs and already made an impact on the practice field with his new team yesterday. When speaking to the media, he addressed just how big a factor Tom Brady was in bringing him to Tampa Bay. Take a listen.
Tom's actually called, and kind of once he calls, it's like, you better come or you're going to regret not coming. We're a lot of the same spirit in that regard. You know what I mean? Anything that it takes to win. Obsessed about this game. A lot of what Kobe Bryant stood for, you know, the late great. And so you can appreciate about each other. And that's what kind of attracted me to come, because I know that, I mean, he's the same kind of animal I am. You know what I mean? For better or for worse. You know what I mean? You'll do whatever it takes to get these wins and to find a way to get your team where they need to be.
Sherman was also being courted by Carolina, Seattle, and San Francisco. So, Shannon, how much did Brady have to do with Sherman choosing the Bucs?
Of course it matters, Skip. It's like if Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes reaches out, you're going to take the call. And then you're going to look at, Skip, fit, playing time. What's the weather like? As we get older, older players like warm weather. Last I checked, Florida is pretty warm, Skip. Tampa, Atlanta's a dome. New Orleans is a dome, and you got Carolina. So how much bad weather am I going to get? How much playing time am I going to get? What type of fit am I going to be? All that weighs in. So when I look at it, a quarterback, hey, got to have that to be successful. We got an all-time historically great quarterback, arguably the GOAT, no question about that. Now, okay, how are you guys going to use me? How much playing time am I going to get? So all those things factor in, Skip. I mean, DeMarcus Ware, let it be known, I'm going to Denver, Peyton Manning's there. And when you have those guys, Aaron Rodgers call, now Aaron Rodgers calls, Skip, and it's not a good fit schematically, and the playing time's not going to be there. Well, I want to play. I'm sure Sherman, this gives him the best opportunity to probably get to and win a Super Bowl, but he wants to play. He just doesn't want to tag along. So obviously the quarterback is just like Melo is in L.A. because why, Skip? Brian called. Mm-hmm. Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, they're in Brooklyn. KD called. You're going to take, hey, okay, well, how much time am I going to be sixth man, seventh man, or am I going to be the ninth or 10th man? Because I got another opportunity that's maybe not as good as yours, but I'm going to be sixth or seventh man. Mm. So you look at all that, Skip. You look at the opportunity, who the quarterback is, fit, playing and scheme, weather. Okay, I'm good. He got good money. Gonna get an opportunity to play. I like it.
So this is the same Richard Sherman who once upon a time went on a campaign over America to try to talk himself into being a household name by attacking
everybody.
Roddy White, Darrelle Revis, me, Tom Brady after the game that they beat them in
Crabtree.
Seattle. You got the Crabtree, always all over Crabtree. And after that game, it was, Brady kept telling him during the game, come see me after the game, like, because I'll be the victor in this game.
Right.
And he was not.
Right.
And then Richards approached him after the game saying, you mad, bro? Why are you mad?
Right.
And so he said that Brady, eventually, they became friends, they'd been texting, and that he was honored that Brady signed a jersey for him. I'm still mad, bro. Okay. And he loved that. And he didn't frame it and mount it in his living room. He said he put it under lock and key in a safe because that's how valuable that jersey is to Richard.
Right.
And as he said, he's the same kind of animal I am. He's driven, he's Kobe-like. And that is true. For all those reasons, the rapport that Tom has with everybody he's played with and the reputation he has around the league, I think he's become the greatest recruiter in NFL history because this franchise has allowed him to be that recruiter. Because when he recruits, he's also choosing we need him.
Right.
Okay, so he told Jason Light, we need Gronk. Well, can you get him to come? Yeah, I can get him to come.
Right.
Okay, so he goes and gets Gronk. How about AB? I don't know.
No, we need to hold off on AB.
And Bruce Arians said, not on my watch.
Right.
And all of a sudden, no. Tom said, no, we need him. And by the 8th week of the season, we're going to have him.
Right.
And not only that, but AB's going to re-sign with us for this year, hometown discount for basically a minimum, right? And look at Shaq Barrett took way less than you thought.
Oh, yeah.
And it was in large part to do it again with Tom Brady.
Right.
And then we had Levante David. He took less to play with Brady and for Bruce Arians and in that same locker room. Sue came back for less. Playoff Lenny came back for less. They all came back because it's because of this guy,
right.
Tom Brady. So in the end, not only did Brady talk him into it, but he blessed him in the locker room,
right.
like, you guys need to listen to this guy.
Right.
So I was shocked yesterday. Richard Sherman goes out to his first workout and immediately starts coaching the DBs. Well, that's a little presumptuous, right? Unless you got the cachet to pull that off.
Skip, he's been an all-pro. He's one of the better corners of his generation, Skip.
Yeah.
We mentioned something before, Skip. We talked about Tom Brady is a guy that's about love and support. Tom plays for his teammates more than his coaches because who always speaks glowingly about him? Who shows him love? Who supports him?
Yep.
His teammates.
They do. Goes out of his way. How many teammates were the 53rd guy on the roster, and he went up and said, "Hi, I'm Tom."
Right.
Well, and they're like, "You're introducing yourself to me?
Yes.
I should be introducing myself to you." But he goes out of his way, and it's like true. It's not fake.
Right. And so I think that's the biggest thing is that, yes, we've been adversaries, but I respect what you've been able to do at the location that you're at. I respect that you've been able to play at a very high level. I know that you understand the game. So knowing that, having gone against you, Tom has no problems. Like, I think that guy can help us.
Yeah. So again, the Buccaneers' pass defense is allowing the most yards passing so far in the history of the NFL at 338. Fewest sacks so far in the league at 3. So the young DBs were receptive to Richard at the first practice, because I read the quote from Jordan Whitehead, the starting safety. He was teaching us things. He was showing us some pointers. We told him, we're all young. We kind of need that leadership.
Right.
They won the Super Bowl last year. I know some DBs, because they're usually full of themselves, just like diva wideouts are, who'd be like, wait, who the hell are you?
Skip, I think the thing is that when you're young, you don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
And the thing with these old guys, Skip, and I tell guys a lot of time, they read things, formations and patterns, because in certain formations, patterns go together. And I was explaining this to Steve, is that you run something.
You're a researcher.
My research guy. You run certain things on the backside, knowing that you have the complementary on the front side. So what he's able to do is say, like, when they get these formations, there's only a handful of routes they're going to be able to run out of this. It's like what I told you Monday night. Trayvon Diggs, who's a student of the game, he looks at the split. Said, look at this split, look at this formation. 3-step drop. There's only 2 things he's running, a slant or a speed out. Boom.
Boom.
And that's what Sherman said.
It did require him slipping and falling. But
he
you were
probably would have knocked it down. He probably would have picked it.
He definitely would have broken it up.
Exactly. So that's what he's saying. Guys, get a head start. Don't try to react because this thing is happening quick. If you have a general idea of what the guy's going to do, this will give you a head start.
Yep.
Because, Skip, these guys, these quarterbacks are too good. These receivers are too good. They're going to fit that ball in there. You hesitate, you beat. So
the other thing about Tom Brady is now he's at a franchise that will take chances on troubled players.
Right.
Belichick would do the same over the years, right? But in this case, obviously, Antonio Brown came to them with a bunch of baggage.
Right.
And they rode along with it. Now it seems like he's mostly out from under his baggage. Richard not out from under his yet because he got a hearing back in Seattle on Friday, I believe.
Is it, I thought it was today.
Maybe
it might be Friday, but I thought it was today.
But the point is, he's got some serious legal issues that he needs to face.
Right.
And not sure how he'll be able to undo or what will be required of him going forward. But obviously, they're in such trouble that they could use him on Sunday night at New England. But he said, I'm not quite there yet. I need a week of this. So, unfortunately, he will not be able to play and coach because he's going to be like a player coach.
Right.
But he won't be there for Friday night.
And that's the thing, plus you can help them speed up the process, help them get steady. Because, Skip, I mean, you're in college, but you don't study like a pro because this is your job.
Yep.
As a college player, Skip, I got to go to class, I got study hall, I got Study, study, study. And the really great corners, they study.
Yep. Yet there are some of the older white quarterbacks who will be so conventional thinking, so old school thinking, that they won't stand for troubled players to come to their team. Like, we don't need that.
Right.
But Tom is completely open-hearted. He's forgiving.
Tom wants to win.
He just wants to win.
Yeah.
And he got to know AB well enough in that brief stint in New England. Like, He's actually a good guy.
Right.
He'll be just fine.
And that's what we, Skip, this is not unique to Tom. This is what we know about organizations.
Yep.
If they think a player can help them win, no matter how troubled he is, they're going to give him an opportunity. Jerry Jones signed that defensive lineman from Carolina, Skip, for Greg Hardy for a reason. He had 16 sacks.
I know, but I was very against that one.
Yeah, but Jerry said he can help. Did you see Skip? He got 16 sacks last year, and he's like 26 years of age.
I got it. But he didn't help us.
He didn't help you. But Tom's like, he can't hurt us. We giving up 335 a game passes, Skip, so he can't be no worse than what we have.
Yep, got it.
Got it. How about this, though? Is Russell Westbrook's leadership the X factor for LeBron's Lakers this year? Chris Broussard will join us. Let's hear what he has to say about the Lakers next. For the reigning Super Bowl MVP ahead of the matchup, you got to hear this yourself.
Tom's had an unbelievable career. I mean, you can't, there's not enough superlatives and adjectives to compliment him on everything that he's achieved and continues to achieve. So, yeah, it's unbelievably impressive. Nothing Tom does surprises me. He's a great player. Works hard, takes care of himself. I mean, he's talking about playing till 50. I mean, if anybody can do it, he probably can. Tough as any quarterback there is or ever has been. I mean, enough said.
Nothing like a Belichick press conference. Shannon, is this genuine or calculated?
Calculated. He's just saying all the right things. Why didn't you give him those superlatives? Skip, as we say now, why didn't you give his flowers while he was there? Why are they taking you now to give him this? If you actually believe that Tom Brady could play till he was 50, why not give him a contract extension that at least took him to 45? That's 7, 8 years less than what 50 is, Skip.